to get. Oh. Okay, welcome everyone, the June meeting of the Canada Planning Board. Holly.
Chairman Mayhood.
Here.
Mr. Craig.
Here.
Ms. Nestro.
She's excused.
Excused.
She's at Rochester Jazz Festival.
Mr. Winterman.
Here.
Ms. McDonough. Here. Mr. Youthie.
Here.
Caitlin.
She's excused also.
All right, and Gwen will
Gwen.
probably be here.
Probably be here. Okay. So if you'd stand and salute the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all. Okay, privilege of the floor. Is there anything anyone would like to bring up that's not on the agenda? Have another opportunity at the end of the meeting for that, if something. Actually, this is out of order. I guess we're going to approve the minutes for the May meeting next. I did clarify with the town board that we have not yet. Thanks, man. Put you over there tonight, just a little more room. The town has not yet passed the local law to allow voting for people who are not physically present. Like last month, Birch was present by Zoom. So Birch or anyone, they can participate in conversations, but they can't vote. So we played it safe last time and we had Gwen voting in place. So when it comes to the minutes, all of the minutes will say Mr. Craig abstains. Every vote, there weren't many, but for every vote,
Okay.
we'll say that Mr. Craig abstained.
My understanding is that law, if they pass it, would allow you, still have to have a excuse.
Still have to.
Have a legitimate excuse to be.
Yes, it's not just.
Remote. You just can't, I'm on vacation.
Right, and I don't feel like coming for
Right.
some reason. It has to be a valid reason.
Right.
And at the meeting, you have to have a quorum, physical quorum of members for that to happen as well, so. During COVID, everything was different, but now, those are the rules. But when I asked when that law was going to be passed, Christine Singer mentioned that, there's some other implications that have to be looked at before they do that, so. For now, we can attend by Zoom, but we can't vote unless they pass that law, so. Okay. All right, any other corrections?
Does this qualify, this additional notes that we got?
No, that's just for discussion when we get to that. I put that together just kind of.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes with the changes.
Okay, is there a second?
A second.
Dwight, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Thank you all.
So the only thing I need to,
The only thing is to change Mr. Craig's vote.
To
Everything
abstain.
else looked good.
Okay.
Colin, I mean,
and am I voting today?
yes, so you're voting because both Caroline and Caitlin are missing.
Okay.
So you're voting, Gwen. Thank you. The agenda calls for a public hearing on the site plan application for Kevin. This is Kevin Castle. But we're going to do the public hearing when we get to the application. Okay. So we'll jump down to the reports. Oh, I guess I did, as a privilege before, I guess I inserted this insert on the 250th US celebration of independence. There's going to be a day of celebration here at the town hall. I gave you the agenda. feel free to participate, come or whatever. And if you want to participate in any way, call Christopher Bastola. He's looking for people to actually read parts of the declaration still. So I guess that would have been under privilege of the floor. Just wanted to make sure everybody was aware of that. And that's July 11th, right here at the town hall and the grounds. All right. Town board meeting, June 8th. First thing they had on their agenda was, they had a report from the County Road 37 reconstruction. Chris Day is the engineer, primary engineer, and they went over final plans for the County Road 37 reconstruction. I don't recall if I shared with this meeting or not, but if you recall, they're going to be tearing up the road from the corner all the way down to where Middle Road joins in. I'm not sure if it's either just above or just below. Take that all down. This portion from here to Birch Hill is going to be totally taken down and reconstructed. They're going to be putting in some underground drain pipes for surface water. From there on down, they're not doing a total reconstruction because it had been reconstructed more recently than this part. But they're going down, I don't know, 6 or 8 inches and then do what they do and then put some guardrails up. And they had planned to change the intersection configuration where Birch Hill joins. They scrapped that. They're going to leave it the way it is.
What were they gonna do?
They were going to just bring it around so that it was 90 degrees onto County Road 37 and put a stop.
Yeah.
And there were several residents that were concerned about that and a lot of discussion 2 meetings ago. So I guess the county decided that that was okay the way it is. They hadn't had any recorded accidents there in 30 years. That was one of their issues, was that type of road reef configuration reduced accidents in that type of junction. And this is all scheduled for 2027. So they had a good review of that.
Was there any discussion about from the junction further south on 37?
At Middle Road?
Yeah, from there on 37 further south.
Not past Middle Road. They're just going where Middle Road comes in. Mhm. Not known as far as yours.
2032.
Okay, let's see, what else do they have? Code enforcement. Gonna get to it here, the report anyway. Highway Department reported that they've completed the first section of highway reconstruction on South Old Ball Hill Road. Gonna be top coating that in July. They started the first round of roadside mowing was complete. They did work on shoulder buildups on Middle Road. They received the new pickup truck for the superintendent. And they're expecting delivery of the new big snowplow truck this month. Jersey Hill Road work reconstruction is started, the engineering is started, and they have to do some soil boring to get the finalized plan. So recall, they're gonna, Jersey Hill Road is sectioned off into different sections, and they're going to start with the one section that's worse. And then phase in the rest of it. So, and that's supposed to start in September, some of the actual work for Jersey Hill. They'd like to be able to get the road open, but I'm not sure they will. And the Watershed Task Force, algae starting to pop up in the lake because of water temperature. Water Department, everything's okay. 250th celebration. So my report was, you recall at our last meeting, we got a formal request from the town board to us as planning board to review the use of tiny homes and develop regulations that would fit with our zoning codes and comprehensive plan. So we discussed that a little bit at our meeting last month. And I reported there, we have a conflict. Our current zoning law will only allow one's primary residence on a single lot, whether that's on Lakeshore District or rural. Okay. One of the thoughts of having tiny homes would be that people would be allowed to build a separate, small, but a separate residence on the same lot. So that's in total conflict to our current regulation. Yes, Rich.
I was under the impression that if you had multiple chunks of frontage that would qualify as a standalone parcel, that you could put an additional home on that land
Yes,
in lieu of subdividing it.
right. That is the exception. If your land, if your property is large enough and the residences are situated such that the property could be subdivided under current regulations. So that would mean in Lakeshore, each one would have to be 50 feet wide, 50 feet, or excuse me, 1/2 acre, 50 feet wide. And so you'd still have to have that. Same thing in rural. In rural, you'd have to have 3 acres and 250 feet of road frontage. So we had that a couple of years ago, not Denagles, what's their realtor?
Yeah, I know. Emmerling.
Emmerlings down here on County Road 37 or Canada's Hill Road. They wanted to build a second home on their property. They had plenty of acreage and their property could be subdivided if necessary. So they were given approval. They don't have to subdivide. So that's still in effect. So that's what our current zoning law is. Keep in mind, and so I had the comprehensive plan also, and Caitlin mentioned this. In the comprehensive plan, the committee came up with a possible path forward to try to address affordable housing that we should, and I'm just quoting from the comp plan, the new one we just recently approved. One of the possible suggestions was to consider revisions to zoning to allow accessory dwelling units being a self-contained housing unit on the same property as a primary residence. They put that out there as a possibility in the future, but our current zoning. So I reported all this to the town because at our meeting, we said, tell us what you want, tell us what your thinking is. We're not just going to go out and start doing something. The bottom line is after a fair amount of discussion, basically nobody on the town board is in favor of putting a second house on the property unless it meets the existing requirement of being able to be subdivided. They did, however, think that we might need to amend our building department code to define residence as 400 square feet or less, which is compliance with New York State.
400 feet or less or more.
400 square feet or more,
Right.
no less than 400 square feet, where currently ours is 600 square feet, okay? And so they were talking around and around and around. And the bottom line is they're going to talk with our town attorney, they're going to talk with a code enforcement officer, and they're going to gather some information. Nobody, though, on the town board was in favor of just allowing a second residential property on an existing lot. They're okay with building something called a tiny home, and it may have its own regulations, but it still has to be on its own conforming lot.
Unless they get a waiver from the ZBA.
Yes. Which they have not in the past. The ZBA has never given that variance. We've had several variance applications over the years, and they've never done that. So it was left that code enforcement officer, Joe Miller, and somebody from the town board are going to get together and talk to the attorney and maybe come up with a set of adjustments to the existing building code to address this through building code. So we as planning board, as of right now, don't have any actions.
So did they say why they asked us to do it in the first place?
They just heard about these
Oh.
things. There was, about a year ago, somebody came to the town board.
Yeah.
And
I
they were
remember that,
asking about it, and so they were just trying to think, I think Christine Singer, is the newly reelected supervisor, wants to, look at some of these things that have been outstanding. So there was no one requesting or filing applications for them, but it's kind of being proactive in our codes and our understanding. So that was what that was. So I did all of that talking, took about 20 minutes out of their meeting to do that, but we got that answer. So we're sitting back and waiting for something else to come down from them. And that was it. Town board. Any questions? Okay. Reports, county planning,
Yeah,
Birch?
well, I attended those June 9th and June 9th CRC meeting and June 10th. The regular meeting, it was a very short meeting, nothing of significance.
okay. Anyone have any questions for Birch? Take to the Ontario County Planning Board? Okay, thank you. Zoning board did meet. We didn't get any form to say that they had actually granted variances, but I know they did grant the final variance
I don't
for
have my form yet either. Yeah, I know.
Cora. So that's going to allow us to move ahead on that application, his application tonight. So I reviewed the video recording, and they gave approval for the variance that was required, so we can move it ahead.
But we still need a formal letter from.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to send us
Any,
the form saying what the variance is,
Yep.
who it's for, and all of that. And they've been pretty good at doing that lately. I'm kind of surprised we didn't get it, because Eric's pushing them, he's trying to get this going. Last thing, code enforcement, you have a copy of the monthly report. And another thing that the code enforcement officer brought up was that there's been some renewed interest in looking at our current solar law. I guess it's a little lax in certain areas, and they're looking at possibly refining that. Joe Miller, the code officer, has looked at the town of Saratoga's zoning on solar. And he brought to the town board several good points from that possibly should be incorporated into our solar law. Nothing firm yet. I said to them, if we're moving ahead here, perhaps we could get someone from Ontario County Planning to help our CEO to work on something like that if we want to modify our current zoning laws on solar.
It's actually not under zoning, it's a separate law.
Oh, that's right. It's its own chapter.
Right.
It's its own chapter. So I don't know if and when we as a planning board will be required to get involved, but for now it's between the code enforcement officer and he was going to talk also with our town attorney, Sheila Shalafo, and get an idea of what the path forward should be. It looks like there's some good protections for the towns in there, particularly preserving some of the open spaces, agricultural spaces, and things like that. So that was the other thing from the code enforcement officer's report.
But there isn't the infrastructure to support solar
Right,
in
in our town.
town.
Right.
So it's kind of,
There are a lot of negatives, a lot of things that would discourage solar development, not only our law, but physical setup.
Infrastructure.
Yeah, physics or infrastructure. Okay. All right, given that, we will move on to old business. So first item of old business is the Cora subdivision. I don't know if you guys brought your paperwork or not, but you'll recall we went through a preliminary review. We granted preliminary approval. No, we did not even get that far. We opened a public hearing. We reviewed the application. We discovered that a variance was required. Previous variance was based on the old property. Proposal here is to be a new property line, which is going to help Eric. He's the landowner that's buying this land because that's going to put his barn on his own property and his well on his own property. And so we, planning board, tabled the application. We did not close the public hearing. We did not go through seeker. So we're going to pick that up right now. And I put in the packet, I believe. I made colored copies of that.
For the seeker?
No,
Do not.
the new survey map, I didn't put it in.
No,
Wanna go check the box?
Oh, here are all those color copies. It should have been in your packet. Okay.
I tried to blow it up so you could see it.
Yeah, so what I'm gonna
If you
do.
couldn't see the septic on the big map, it's a very.
You just distribute those. So does everybody remember what we were doing? We have to review much, so we're continuing, public hearing still open, we did everything else. And Eric has given us a revised map from the surveyor, which we're gonna look at, and then if everything's okay, he will get his surveyor to provide the full survey map, but this is blown up. And so,
It's a small piece, it's kind of hard to seal.
so if you look here, so we got 0.203 acres of land that will be taken from Pecora and transferred to Brownell by deed. Brownell's deed will also establish a right of way for the road.
I have Deb's verbiage that was on hers,
Right.
so. It was just.
So we're just saying that when your surveyor gets everything done, that right of way has to be shown on the map.
Yeah,
Okay. But the primary thing is the barn, which is the building here in the north, is now on his property. And that's where he needed the new variance. It shows there was a 16.5 feet side setback. And it's required to have 20, so he had to have a variance of 4.5 feet, and that was voted upon and approved by the zoning board of appeals.
and it's actually out the front of the barn, Ted, because it's angled a little bit. So
Yeah.
the front of the barn is closer to the line, so I went off of that 15.6 is what we did.
Okay, oh, 15.
Yeah, because it's
15.
tilted a little, so I went off the lower number, I mean, yeah.
And then you will notice that,
The well is in.
well, where's the well? Oh, the well is right here, and now that's on his property. So everything is good for Eric as the purchaser of this property. Pecora, Miss Pecora, who's the owner of the current property, is good with it. Oh, and by the way, she sent us a new letter authorizing Eric to act in her place tonight because she couldn't be here. So Eric is acting in her behalf as well as his interest in getting this done. So they've done everything that we had requested. So is there anything else that anyone has thought of or would like to ask? Okay, and I would, go ahead, Rich.
Do the letters that you received from Deb Pecora kind of,
I did not give you a copy of it, but she gave us a notarized letter. I'll show it to you.
well, my question is, there's no signatures on the application.
Right, that was,
So do those letters equal the signature?
It was
no,
because, I had to get all the copies in and Deborah was out of town again. So since
I have,
he has the original with hers.
I have the original here that has Deb's signature and my signature. When I made those copies to send out ahead of our last meeting, we didn't have the signatures. But fine, this is the original that does have the signatures, yes. So everything is in order there.
Yeah, she's out of town a lot.
Okay. So,
You want a
at
motion?
this point, I would entertain a motion to grant preliminary approval to the subdivision of Deb Pecora.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, Birch, is there a second?
I have a second with a question.
Okay, second, now discussion, go ahead, Darrell.
Is this contingent upon our receipt of written confirmation from the?
From the zoning board, yes, that the variance was actually granted. I did view the video and I saw it and listened to it, but we do need the written, you're correct.
Yeah.
So I guess we would, I'd like to put that as part of the final approval,
Okay,
a condition on the final approval, not the preliminary,
okay.
if that's okay.
Yep.
Any other questions about it? Okay, all in favor, preliminary approval, say aye. Aye, opposed? Okay.
Did you second it?
Thank you. So at this point, we'll move to the environmental quality review form. And we have not looked at this because we had tabled a process before. So you have it, it's called the Pecora subdivision. I think we modified the description, subdivision of 0.203 acres to Eric Brownell at that address. And we added from tax map 1 to tax map 2. Okay. So you look down here, so this is looking at the property from Ms. Pecora's standpoint, okay? Total acres, 6.742. Acres to be disturbed, or in this case, transferred, 0.203. And the total acreage she owns in this property, she does own other properties adjacent, but on this tax map number, the total acreage is 6.742. So hopefully everyone's looked through this. Do we have any questions? We may have actually done a quick review of this. I think all of the questions are answered correctly, so we'll move to, and we got, Ms. Pecora did sign this form, also the one you have in front of you doesn't have any signatures. But this is the original, she signed that. So we'll move to part 2. And this is a series of questions that, based upon the answers to the first 20 questions, do we think that these things will have a no or small impact on the environment, or a moderate to large? We need somebody to read down through those.
Do that.
Yeah,
Will the proposed action create a material conflict with adopted land use plan or zoning regulations? No. Will the proposed action result in change in use of intensity of use of land? No. Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of the existing community? No. Will the proposed action have an impact on the environmental characteristics that cause the establishment of a critical environmental area? No. Will the proposed action result in the adverse change in the existing level of traffic or affect existing infrastructure for mass transit, biking, or walkway? No. Will the proposed action cause an increase in the use of energy if it fails to incorporate reasonably available energy conservation, renewable energy opportunities? No. Will the proposed action impact existing public-private water supplies, public-private wastewater treatment facilities? No. Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of important historic, archaeological, architectural, aesthetic resources? The proposed action resulting in adverse change to natural resources, e.g. wetland, water bodies, groundwater, air quality, flora, and fauna. Will the proposed action result in the increase in the potential for erosion, flooding, and drainage problems or drainage projects? No. Will the proposed action create a hazard to environmental resources or human health? No.
Okay, thank you. So the answer to all of those questions being no, that this action, this subdividing of land will not have a impact on the environment. That moves to part three. We have to by motion declare that it will or will not result in any significant adverse environmental impacts. So someone make a motion that this action will not, there will be no negative impact.
I'll make a motion.
Birch, second.
Second.
Rich, Dwight, any other questions about it? All in favor? Okay, that's good. So the environmental preliminary have all been addressed. So at this point, we need to close the public hearing by motion. Carlos, second.
Second.
Dwight, all in favor of closing public hearing?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. All right. Well, the next step in our process then is to go to a final approval. We've not discovered anything new that has not already been mentioned and addressed. There's nothing else that we have identified as being necessary, with the exception of providing the final survey map from Ms. Pecora, particularly that shows all of the property lines, just like this blow up, and including the easement line that show the easement or right of way on there. So given that, what we typically do in this case is we retain a motion to grant final approval on the condition of Ms. Pecora submitting a final survey map to me as chairman, at which time I will sign them, and then they'll be done with us. So if that's acceptable, and we do that,
ZBA.
and we need the letter. Oh yeah, that'll be the other
The
condition.
letter, yeah. And do you also want a copy of the deed also, correct?
We just want just the section that's going to
For the
show,
verbiage on the right away?
Yeah.
Okay.
just the section that shows it. We don't need your full.
Okay.
We'll do just the section that shows the right, granting the right of way.
Right.
So rather than waiting another month for our next meeting, typically use a board, the code allows the applicant to speak with me directly as chairman. If he provides that and it's substantially equivalent to what we've approved tonight, then I can sign it and approve it and they can move on their way. So we would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion with the three contingencies.
Three?
Yeah,
The deed.
The deed.
Oh, yeah, the three
Three.
conditions.
And the map.
Right, wait a minute. That and the deed and what else?
Letter from the ZBA.
Letter from the
Yeah,
ZBA
the various.
Oh, right.
verifying the variance was
Right, right,
granted.
okay.
I don't have anything yet either, so.
You didn't get anything yet? Okay. They've been pretty good lately, so. All right, so that's the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
Rich, is there any other discussion? Anything else from your end, Eric? Okay, all in favor of approving that motion?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Carried. So you're done. You know what you need to do. Email or call and we can get together. I'm here.
Okay, is there a timeline you want this back by? But I sent some.
62 days, it has to be. I have to.
I want it done as fast as possible, but I didn't know how soon it had to be.
I have to, by the code, I have to sign it within 62 days of
Okay.
approval.
I'll be way before that. I just wanted to know.
Can't
if
meet that.
Week or something.
If you can't meet that, you can just ask us for an extension on that.
I'll do it.
Once I sign it, once planning board signs it, you then have another 62 days to record it at the county clerk.
Okay. And then I
When you talk to your,
could then enter into the agreement with Doug with purchasing the land.
oh, we don't have anything.
Now? Can I do that now?
Sure.
Sure,
No,
because we've approved it.
Because I haven't even
Yes.
addressed any of that other.
Yes, we have approved the application for her subdivision.
Right, correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Welcome to stick around, Eric, or not.
I haven't even been home yet today, so. Thank you.
You're welcome. That takes care of Cora. Next item on the agenda is the continuation of the application for the special use permit for Adam Bauer Vickers is here. Adam, did I give you a copy of his revised?
It's either the original. This says August.
Okay. I thought I made some copies, but maybe I didn't. So Adam has submitted the duplicate site plans. You guys can look at that. You guys can look at that. And he's, if you notice what he has put on that is the fence. Shows there, and that was one of the things we talked about last time from a county planning, that they construct a fence, and you'll see it's running all the way along. And in fact, he's got it kind of over near the parking area as well, so he's identified that. And I just put together a few notes, just kind of as a reminder and remembrance of some of the things. And I put it in the packet, so this was kind of my thoughts. So we had the full written description, right, that Adam had provided to it. And that was great. Just a few highlights. The festivals start August 29th at 12 noon and end at 3 a.m. August 31st.
I think it's, he's got 2006.
Yeah.
Notes?
This on my notes, whoa.
2 days, Phil, on your note, it's 2 days.
Okay. Well,
It's Sunday, the 30th. He's got to get out.
3 a.m. Sunday, August 30th, yes.
Yeah.
These are not official. These are things I put together. Okay, thank you. So Sunday,
Yeah, an extra day there.
August 30th, and it's 2026, not 2006. We talked about traffic control, that's a big potential concern, and you done well on that in the past, Adam, and expect that'll be done. He did mention you'll have parking attendants. There'll be designated parking spaces, all regulation. Lighting is going to be those dark skylight shining up in the sky, right? And I believe he's showing the location of those on the site map. Okay. No, that's fine. Did you get your proof of liability insurance, the code officer?
I won't get that for like probably the day before.
Oh,
But I brought with me the last year's policy.
okay. Joe had mentioned that you had shown in last year's.
Yeah.
We'll continue with that. Okay.
Cause I.
No overnight camping, except, yeah, the CEO explained to us last time, immediate family park and camp on property anytime without any restrictions. The fence will be erected and the sign will be, if we approve this tonight, you can put it up, as soon as we give approval, but it has to be removed by 5 p.m. 2 days after the event. So were there anything else that anyone had thought of that we need to reiterate here? We left last meeting asking for the sign site map with the adjustments made, adjustments that we required, and they're all on here, so.
Last time we had
Or-
talked about the posters and you're getting the camping off of them.
Yeah,
I got, I think the last one was the Honey Auto Parts or something. Yeah, that one, I got,
Okay, because it wasn't last week or whenever.
Right.
I procrastinated.
And I sent him, I
Okay.
forwarded him a mail.
Yeah.
An email saying there's gotta be done, it's gotta be clear.
Some of them are, like the one at Ward's is Sharpie and then.
Yeah,
some-
Sharpie's
some-
fine.
some
Sharpie's fine,
some
that's
are
fine.
At physically cut out.
Yeah, okay. So where we are here is we went through the application, we granted preliminary approval. We reviewed the seeker. We determined no negative environmental impact and we closed the public hearing. At that point, we stopped the process, waiting for the final site map, which he's provided. So at this point, unless somebody wants to come up with something, either questions for Adam or you for us, I would entertain a motion to grant final approval of the special use permit.
I would like to make sure that we put dates with year, because we're only approving this for this year.
Right.
Because
So-
if you don't, then it goes with the land, it doesn't go with it.
Right. So we will, let's see.
I mean, are we doing? Are we doing it with these conditions on it, or
Well,
we don't?
this is informal. These are just my
Right.
thoughts.
Right.
I think everything. I can fill this out and put the actual dates in and we can enter it
Okay.
in.
I mean, I think we're doing this condition upon these things that we're
Right.
told.
So the first line, I'll say the festival will start August 29th, 2026 at 12 noon and end at 3 a.m. Sunday, August 30th, 2026. Okay, so it's not an annual permit,
Not forever.
right? And I'll say the sign up to 32 square feet allowed to be removed by 5 p.m. instead of 2 days. I'll say, what's 2 days? So
Friday, August 31st.
Monday, by 5 p.m. Monday, August 31st.
And then I think
And we said the porta potties would be picked up later, so we're not expecting the
Yeah,
porta
they-
potties to be gone.
the final end of it is 5 p.m. Sunday. That's when I have to have everything.
To be removed by 5 p.m.
Following day.
No, we said we were gonna give you 2 days for that,
For cleanup.
for
Yeah,
cleanup.
for cleanup, the next day. Right?
PM the next day, or?
Yeah, Sunday, 5 p.m. I think that's what I put in my notes.
Let's see,
You did put in no later than 5 p.m. Sunday on
Sunday.
the 30th.
the
Yeah.
30th.
Yeah.
Okay, and we'll leave this Sunday, August 30th, 2026. Yeah, and we'll enter this list along with the final record. Okay, so Sunday, August 30th, 2026. Thanks for the help on that. Okay, so
Do you want a motion?
I'll get this written up or you can fix it up and put it in.
Kind of we'll just incorporate that.
Yeah,
into-
right. Just, some of them are duplicates from what's on the second sheet, but so we want this sheet and this sheet to be. Okay. So we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to grant the special use permit for this festival for 2026.
All right. With, is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Thank you, Adam. So we have 2 copies, which one will be in the planning board record and one will be in the code enforcement office. Because now the responsibility lies with Adam and the code enforcement to assure that the event is managed. Okay?
Thank
Thank you, Adam.
Yeah, you guys can come in for free.
You can't do that.
Oh, no. Can't do that.
I think he was just joking.
All right, that's special use. Give me that second one. Ollie.
If you go out the back of your house, you could hear
Okay. Back to the agenda. That's the community papers tonight. Yeah. All right, next item of business, this is new business. We have a site plan application. This is Kevin Castle. Lives in Boston, New York, owns property on Sunset Lane, or Sunset Drive, right at the bottom of the hill by Jersey Hill Road.
Where's Boston, New York?
I was just gonna say.
Just out, well, 25 minutes outside Buffalo.
Yeah,
It's a very similar country setting. It's a very rural farm
Is it?
community.
did you say you had lived in this area at first, or you just had a friend that has it?
Run a place on the lake and fall in love with it, so.
Okay, so if you look at the application. This is a site plan. Single family site plan. He's paid the fee, sent a check in to Eileen, address, tax map number. Honey Lake Shore zoning district, no special state or federal permits required. Development be staged, no, he's just gonna have it erected. Total, total site area of the building is 1,440 square feet.
Yeah.
All right, back up. We're going to open the preliminary review and the public hearing for the application from Kevin Castle for site plan by motion.
I'll make a motion.
Birch, and is a second.
I'll second.
Dwight, all in favor?
I,
Aye. Thank you, Holly. All right, so we're good, we're down, the proposed use of the site. It's a storage building. Kevin's told me it's just a barn or a building. There'll be no utilities, no water, no power, no septic. Nothing except the building, no driveway. He's not going to install a driveway. It's in the middle of this long lot that, like all of the properties there. I do have the final, the site plan preliminary map that I gave you is basically an old survey map that Gary Dutton or something, maybe Kevin had drawn. And in the meantime, we got the full site plan from Gary Dutton, the surveyor. He didn't just modify one right on it. And he dated and signed it down here. It was dated on June 6th of 2026. And it shows everything that we had asked really is on the preliminary, with the exception of the distance, I believe.
It looks like it's closer to.
I think it's a little closer than you.
yeah, so when I was talking to Gary, what actually is interesting is when I had done my original measurements,
Yeah,
I assumed that the road was actually in the middle of the right of way. It's actually justified far to the right side of the right of way. So my measurements were off.
Okay.
When he actually went and looked at where the actual easement was.
so it turns out to be a 75 feet instead of 72.
Yeah, so he used also the west side of the road easement. I used the east side, so the road easement
Oh,
itself came off the number, and so.
And again, I didn't make copies of this for everyone, but because I just got it Thursday. But in the building, he wrote the verbiage on here, proposed new building location, 48 feet long, 30 feet wide. 12 feet side setback. I think that's what the preliminary had shown too. Well, the preliminary had shown an 11. What,
Yeah. So my,
setback on the south side, Gary actually positioned it so it's 12. And requirement is 10. So it meets the side setback, meets the front setback, and certainly from the west and north meets the setback.
Okay, could I just go back a second?
Yes,
So the number that's changing is that 172 feet. That's
yes, it is now 75 feet. If you'd like to look at this, would you like to look at this? Or someone will take it back and look. Would you guys like to see it? The final- And just got it, but I wanted to be able to process the application tonight. Yeah. Did you get a copy?
not yet.
You want to see what he?
Yeah, sure, it's it. I haven't seen it yet. Just the digital.
You can take it back there and just bring it back at the end of the. So that's the accessory structure. Is obviously. Kevin told me that apparently they have a homeowners association down there and. The residences can only be on the east side of the road. Don't even allow residences on the east side of the road. The west side can be used for storage buildings and things like that. That's kind of interesting to me that they had that restriction that you couldn't put
Yeah,
residences.
they long ago decided they didn't want double set.
Yeah,
houses.
yeah.
They wanted to keep it single.
So that's what he's looking at. And there are several other buildings like that down in that area. Some declines.
You're gonna access the property off of.
What's that? Yes. So the road, the easement that goes across the lots, there's a road established. Yep.
So you'll drive from that road to put the boat.
Correct. Yeah, basically in the springtime, take it out and in the fall, put it away and pretty much it.
Are you put in the driveway, but you don't put in any gravel or
No, it'll be grass.
you're only gonna access it when the road, when the
Yeah.
lawn is.
Yeah, it's actually consistent with the other neighbors have accessory buildings in the back and they also just have lawn and they basically, because we're not driving into them every day, so even. It's usually nice weather and you put it away once and take it out once.
Yeah, I know at my place, there's certain places I can drive on.
Yes.
In August.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drains quite well.
That was one of my other questions
Yeah.
about the drainage off of the roof.
Yeah.
How are you gonna handle that?
Right now, there is no gutters in the plan. If I did do anything, it would just be immediately daylighted from, the gutter onto my own property.
There are no swales or anything down there
Yeah.
to direct anything to. But with given the distances and the location, we've had buildings like that before. And that's how the stormwater has been managed before. Adequately.
If you can pitch it so that it goes onto your.
Yeah.
Property.
Actually, if you look at my property relative to my two neighbors, I'm in the valley, unfortunately, but not that,
Yeah.
there's really no water issues where we are, so.
We have had other instances like this, but we did approve another one like this where we did require some drainage, some gutters and some dry wells due to the topography of the land on that one. But this being the flat and slightly depressed, he's not interested in doing that, and I don't think we have the requirement for that. No stormwater is going to be delivered to any neighboring properties. That's the key thing. In the back of the application, the description is storage of a boat, tractor, jet ski, being 30 by 48. Ended up, yep, 30 by 48. Garage door, windows on the lakeside. Single story pitched roof and height, the maximum is 18 feet. You'd express an interest in looking at the drawings if you want to see, do you have something? Just show, is this like a Morton building?
Yes, it's very similar to a Morton building, but not the price of a Morton building.
Saw that out there.
Yeah.
Double that.
Yeah, I also do,
So
yeah,
just let Darlis take a quick look at it.
And then here's also the trust plan.
Who's doing it for you?
I'm doing a portion of it, also working with, Kevin Horning out of Lions. Full site work and everything, tree removal and everything I think, so.
Is this, unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to drive down there. I went to drive and actually see the properties. But, is this fairly similar to other of the, storage buildings?
Yes,
Is it
so
the height and
yeah.
the general layout?
immediately next door to my north, there's two Morton buildings, which are actually taller, almost roughly 2 stories, set adjacent to each other.
Yeah, that's
Two
Marshall.
down from me, Marcia Young, and then 2 down from me on the south side. There is a very similar 2-tone metal structure that was built by Wards, and then next to them was a Morton building. So it's very consistent with the rest
Okay,
as far as setback and it's right.
yeah, the setback, the height, the general.
And then behind basically all of these accessory buildings is what
It's still wooded then
It's still
between
wooded,
there back to 36.
correct.
Little privacy buffer.
That's very nice.
So that's a description of the action. And so is there anything else? We looked, Kevin and I looked, we paged through the site plan requirements. We could do that if you want, but things like fencing and hedges and things. None of that applies. We didn't pick up anything necessary in the code. Site plan itself has all of the elements that are described is required on the site plan. So, unless somebody else has something, I would actually entertain a motion to grant preliminary approval.
I'll make a motion.
Birch, is there a second preliminary approval?
I
Boy, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed. Thank you. Okay, given that, we'll go to the environmental quality review. So-called seeker form. Project and sponsor Kevin Castle, owner, construction pole barn accessory. Location is Sunset Drive. And his lot is 1.5 acres. The building is going to cover about 0.033, so there's no problem in terms of lot coverage. So then are there any questions about any of the other answers to questions in part 1, questions 1 through 20?
On number 2, does the proposed action require approval from any government agency? And I would say yes, the site plan approval.
From any other government agency?
Oh, okay, so this is.
No, so
Other
this,
than
this is,
this.
yeah, other than this seeker, yes.
Well, yes, the site plan approval, and that's why we're getting the secret.
That's why we're
That
doing it.
means there's no other entity.
Right,
Okay.
there's nothing, no other requirement. Everything else is pretty straightforward.
Said that we're not gonna have any utilities, it's not gonna be heated or power.
Nope.
And given that, we'll move to part 2. Now, we just read all of those questions on the previous application, and I don't think we need to read through these unless somebody has a question on any of them. So I would say they're all no's. Everyone agree to that? Okay. So then we move to part 3. I have to fill this out. We need by motion to declare that this action will have no negative environmental.
I'll make a
My
motion.
motion. Birch, second?
I'll second.
Okay, right, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, okay. I just have to fill this out and sign it. Give me a moment to do that. Result in the completion. All right, at this point, we need to close the public hearing by motion.
I make a motion to close the Gassel public hearing.
Okay, thank you. Is there a second?
I second.
Gwen, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So we have not identified anything additional we require. We have the official stamped signed final site plan, so I would entertain a motion to grant final approval to this application.
I move to grant final approval.
Dwight, is there a second?
Second,
Is that you, Birch?
yes.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay,
Who wants this?
thank you. So we need two of these. Actually, he sent us three.
Yeah, I think one of them was, he said if you were good with it, I could take it with me.
Yeah,
That's my copy.
one will go in the planning board file.
Okay.
And one will go to the code enforcement officer.
Okay.
So, we'll contact Joe Miller about the decision and we can talk with the building from us.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Did you want the copies? Both of these were two extras.
Oh,
No problem. Yeah.
Good, please. Thank you. Okay. Back to our agenda that covers our business. So you're welcome.
Okay, stick around.
Did you bring your sign back, by the way?
Yes, it's in the back of my car, wherever you like it.
Just set it inside the front door there.
Sounds good.
Thank you very much.
Will do. Thank you.
Um, privilege of the floor. Anything anyone wants to bring up?
And just one comment on the environmental assessment forum. We were at the training in Tennessee.
Yes.
Community college. I asked a question about number 6 of the New York State State Department representative. And I think number 6 becomes moot with the new energy proposal and everything.
Question number 6. Sorry.
So he was kind of agreed with me. I don't know if that'll change.
Which number?
No, part, and the second,
Second part.
Oh, part 2.
Yeah, will the proposed action cause an increase in use of energy? And it fails to incorporate. There was a thing called the New York State Stretch Energy Code that is now part of the regular energy code. And it kind of negates even asking this question. So it'll be interesting to see what the state does.
So it's a separate regulation that kind of overrides this?
Yeah, I mean, you've got energy regulations now. So my understanding was like in a commercial building, you have to actually you have to take into action some type of renewable or energy conservation. I don't
Really?
quite understand everything,
Uh-huh.
but it sounds like this question doesn't mean anything anymore.
Okay.
Just a comment, that's all.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. Because when the guy from the state was kind of like, oh, yeah, maybe.
Hadn't really thought about that.
well, I mean, it is almost 10 years old since it's been revised.
Yes.
so Let's see what they do come up with.
Okay.
They might add other questions and take that one out.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, some of the other questions are a little ambiguous. But
Yeah, this is 2019.
yeah. And it's a new form, you notice, and all copies of copies of copies. Good point.
Anyway,
All right.
just been interesting.
Glad we could get that taken care of. Anything else? I guess several of you went to the Genesee Regional Planning training sessions. You went, Darrell?
No, I did
No.
not go to the most, I wanted to, but I just could not.
Okay.
It was a really good one.
You too.
And 6 hours.
6 hours.
I only got 5.
Because you weren't there the whole time.
Ah.
You left early.
You're done.
Well, I signed up for the 1-day Planning Federation session in August.
I found this better than that.
Is it?
Yes.
This group does a really nice job and they bring in people from Albany
Yeah.
and a lot of good expertise.
I used to go to it when it was held in Bushnell's
Yeah, the
basement
basement
or in Mount Morris, but David or
This is called,
it's Rochester Regional Planning Council.
Genesee,
Genesee.
Genesee Finger Lakes Regional Planning.
yeah,
Okay,
Department or Council,
Council.
GFR, yeah, okay.
And the other one in Kent Lake was, I don't know, I find it very repetitive.
Is it, well, this would be the second meeting. I used to go to the all day, like someone was closer, and they were more variety, like you said, they had people there that were actually attorneys or specialists in
I think
interpreting.
they sponsored the one that I went to in Wayne County last year.
Could be.
Oh, yeah, it was in Newark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the same meeting.
they do, I think they do.
There's
in the
another one
spring
in the
there
fall.
In the fall
I
in
believe
Newark.
it's gonna be in Newark again, and you're certainly welcome, even if you don't need the hours, you're welcome to attend those. Good. Anything else?
I make a motion to adjourn.
All right, second,
I'll second.
right, all in favor? All right, opposed? Thanks, everyone.
furniture now?
So, yeah.
Move furniture.
Oh.